I believe these guys have got some history. They've been Hill before, tournament over in Ohio. And Joey was the victor in that match. So thanks very much for the information we got there on the sidelines from a very knowledgeable crowd.
A young junior that carries himself as a consummate professional. I think of Joey Tate. He's been an absolute pleasure to have here. And also Landon, I have had an opportunity to speak with him a few times as well.
Oh, look at that break. Oh, no, don't dress up. Yeah, it was
well, oh, my gosh.
Super fortunate that
four balls on the break?
Yeah, has 4. He's made the 1, the 7, the 6, and the 5.
Phenomenal break. And a look here on the 2.
Do you think it squeezes by? Does it squeeze by? I mean, let's just look. No, he's playing it for the middle pocket. So wondering whether he's going to take it in off the 3 here. And we'll get the overhead. I wonder if he's just going to squeeze it in off the 3, maybe. I don't think he needs to.
He may not.
But here's the thing. If you're going to miss it, miss the near draw. Miss it on the near draw. You don't want it bouncing back. Yeah, giving it the extra time that it needs.
Well, you know, in this shot, too, when you have this angle, you almost have to kind of float it in.
Yeah.
And that was the issue there. But look what happened.
Wow.
Like that shot, you can't hit hard because you're actually trying to just play it to the lip of the side.
Let it
so
fall
it
down.
falls. But then, you know, there was no guarantee what the lead was going to be like on the 3 ball.
Yeah. No, this is without a doubt, this is going to be one of our best matches. I predicted that Joey was going to be in the final or the hot seat. I think we've got one more match before we see the hot seat on the A side.
What a shot.
See the extra time he took on that and just the pause in between strokes. Very,
Immense
very good.
Focus.
Very, very good focus. Yeah, he just wants to move that rack. Can just move the ball. Players working together there. Good enough. I wonder if it squeezes by. Do you think the 3 goes by this? It might go in off the 8. So play it towards the near knuckle. And natural shape offered towards the 4.
Yeah, if you play for it to bounce off the point, hit the side of the 8 and fall in, the back side of the 8. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so try and, I mean, it's not a full pocket, but I think it's enough of a pocket where he can squeeze this by.
Here we go. I'm staring right down the pipeline.
Yeah, and that was half a pocket, so it was that problem, you see, and just misjudged it. So now the opportunity goes back, and this could be, you know, I know it's early on. There's going to be a lot of swings in between this, but this is going to set the tone for the rest of the match. Doesn't matter if he finishes straight in on this one. Just want a little bit of angle, so he doesn't want to be dead straight. A little bit of angle would be nice, and he's got it. That's just so that he can make sure that he bounces the cue ball off the rail. Just so he's not cueing off the rail for the 8. Yeah, very nicely done. Now we see there's just a nice bit of angle there. And I think Personally, I'm coming across the face towards where the DynaSphere rack is on the side of the table there. I like bringing the cue ball back that side. Just because of the new cloth, but he decides to come down that side of the table. Much more preference and fantastically in shape. I like that he strokes those in. I noticed on the first stream, Jake, when he had us doing this, he really puts that 9 in with purpose. And it kind of sends a message, you know what, I'm here to play. Good chance for us to see Joey. And Joey was breaking well. He actually breaks with an open palm bridge. Not the loop that most people you see. He's using that open palm bridge. Just delivers the cue nice and straight. Yeah, controlling the one ball up to that side, up to the end rail. Very nicely done.
Look. You know, we were talking about that open bridge yesterday when we saw Joey. And, you know, I had a conversation with Brandon Schuff about that very same thing. And Schuff actually feels like he can get more power that way. I've seen him use it a few different times on the break. So I guess just personal preference, really.
It is personal preference. I mean, with the loop bridge, they say you can get more power into the loop because, you know, you're not worried about it coming off. But if you generally use an open bridge in your everyday kind of routine, I actually find the accuracy is higher. It's a higher accuracy because he's trying to hit a very certain point there, and you can lose it on the loop bridge sometimes.
Yeah, very good point.
That with a heavy inside.
Checks this up. He was trying to hit the 3 there, but he's okay here.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. Very well controlled. See him pointing his cue where he wants the cue ball next. Take this one around 2 rails and just leave him straight into the same pocket for the 3.
How do you see him getting shape to the 4 here? I guess, I mean, it's going to depend on where his cue ball stops, but...
He's playing the 3 in the same pocket where he wants to, so depends. I mean, if he finishes straight in, he'll take it long. If he has a bit of angle here, he'll go beyond it, but...
Because it doesn't go by the 8. I'm looking right down the rail, and it doesn't go.
You are. I thought on this angle it looks like that squeezes by, but if we switch this over, we just have a look down the rail, you see there. Don't think that squeezes by the 8, and he looks fairly straight. We'll find out now. Yeah, he's finished deadly straight, people. So he can force this, but you don't want to force the angle. If he punches it, he might be able to drift by the 4 and take it down long. Or he's going to come underneath it and pop it off the rail. Yeah, see, he was able to punch it. Cheated the pocket there perfectly. Very nice shot.
Yeah, I mean, ideally he was trying to get below that 3 ball so he could come over top to play the 4 ball long. And as you said, he got a little straight. He did punch it, and he has a shot. I mean, it's certainly not a simple shot here.
No, and the middle pocket's open, but I think if he wants to get better shape, you might see him take this one long. All depends on your confidence level, sliding this into half a pocket. That's the reason he went long. Offered him a little bit, just overhit it just a touch.
I mean, he crushed the 2 ball he ran down the rail, so I didn't see any issues coming from that one.
It's a little tester. This one will test your cueing. We'll see how well he's playing. Just a touch elevated, you can see there, off the rail. See him slightly jacked up.
What a shot.
Oh, man. How well did he hit it, people?
He would love to not be on the rail right here, but regardless, that was...
Yeah. I mean, how good did he hit that ball?
I mean, he dug into it. He's good. He's good.
And he's confident, walking around walking around the table with confidence. I like that. There's a lot to be said about that silent part of pool in terms of your body language. You know, how you demonstrate yourself around the table. Got to remember, this is a one-on-one sport. You know, it's you versus the other guy. So any advantage you can get mentally, you know, or posturing, or you know, anything that goes around, not just with your skill on the table, there is a big element of that too.
Didn't even touch the rail.
You know, there's that nice little slide draw we saw from Joey Tate earlier.
Yeah. Plays it perfectly, doesn't he? I mean, his mechanics are just rock solid, and Landon has a bit more fluidity to his game. You know, he has those good mechanics as well, but he also adds in that little bit of flair that I like to see. Joey's all business, though. Joey is all business.
You know, yesterday when we had Lori in the booth, she was talking about you know, training Landon, and was able to give us some insight into some of the intricacies. And it's fantastic to be able to see the things that she talks about actually come out in the game.
Yeah, 100%. She was great to have in the booth. Hall of Famer and over 50 titles to her name, so she certainly knows what she's talking about. Very knowledgeable on the game and puts a lot of effort into coaching a lot of juniors in her own time. She is here with us again today, I believe. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. Just trying to leave a gap. You see the gap in between the 4 and the 6, as the 4 and the 7. Apologies. Does that nicely. And I think this is the key shot. This is the key shot of the rack. Gets from the 2 to the 3. And I believe that'll take him to the out. This will be for a break of serve. It was Landon's break. Love the format of this weekend. That alternate break certainly adds an element, gives you an opportunity to see both players shoot, not just constant run-outs.
Very close there by Joey Tate, avoiding the side pocket. Well, now it gets a little easier from here, right, Dale?
Yeah, just 2 rails. He really wants to bring the cue ball back on the line that it's on now, or back in the position it's in now would be perfect, but just a little bit more into the middle of the table. Opted for a bit more spin there, you saw. Instead of using follow, he used a lot of heavy right spin, and that actually took him out of line just a touch. And again, that's just the spin of the cloth, something that you need to get a feel for. Because now he's got traffic.
Yeah, so what do you like here? Do you like trying to plan on maybe bumping the 7?
No, I'm hitting the 4 thin enough, but with more of a stun stroke. So hit it thin with stun so that you avoid the scratch. A little bit of left-hand English is dangerous, but it might be needed just to get him off that second rail. The main thing here is don't scratch. Second thing, don't hit the 7. Third thing, you know, there's a lot of things going through their mind. And the reason he's done that, he's going to draw completely out the way of it. He may even just bump the 7.
Oh wow, look at this.
And that's confidence, boys.
What an amazing shot there by Joey Tate.
He's going to take all of the risk out of it and say, you know what, I believe in my potting ability. I'm just going to go and take the harder shot for the better shape reward. So, fantastic shot. And I think while he's weighing that one up, just have another look at that one.
Just an amazing shot.
Yeah, very difficult because he's shooting to a blind pocket, remember. Whenever you shoot into a blind pocket, you make that shot, you know, 10 times harder almost. He played it fantastically well.
Well
very
played.
nice shot. Someone rightly in the chat said, I believe, you know, these guys are showing great discipline. And me and Josh talked about this off, you know, on the last match. You know, I don't think we can call them kids anymore. It's young professional or junior professional, because they are the next generation.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Nicely done. Just the 8 and the 9 to break serve. One rail shape. Just check on the overhead and see if he slightly overran it, but still no problem, I don't think. The scratch is on, so he's going to have to dig this one a little.
Del, what advice do you have for players who are consistently overrunning position when you're having to play 2 or 3 rails to get down table? Because we see that happen all the time. I mean, like,
Definitely practice drills on the one that Joey just did there. That one rail is so much harder to get shape off one rail than it is 2, because you can judge the speed better when you're using the pace of the cue ball almost against. It's now 2-1, Joey with a break and run in hand. And he's breaking now to
2 ball. Ooh.
Wow.
3 ball.
See the control on that? Fantastic. And every time he's sending that 1 ball over to the corner pocket. That's something that they do in 10 ball, and I think he's developed a way there for the 7-foot table where he's controlling the 1 ball. Sure. He wants it to go there every time. Sorry, so that is the 3, the 6, and the 8 ball downed. He's a little bit straight on this though. I'm just looking at that, and I think that's going to cause him to jack up just a touch if he wants, because the 2 doesn't go long, so he's going to have to come either leave himself a bank or just draw this back to the center of the table. So either way, we're going to see a nice stroke here. Just get a look at how Joey's lining up. You see there he's jacked up. So that tells me he's going to try and draw this to the back of the center of the table. Oh my God, he's absolutely geared that up and giving it everything. Wow, what a shot.
Oh, he almost dug into that ball too well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he meant to hit it that good. Sometimes, you hit it too well. But again, leaves himself. The key part of it is not to be negative. Yes, you overdrew the ball, but you have a shot. I've often been told this. Whenever you've got a shot, try to avoid the negativity and just be positive into the next shot.
I mean, I think that's life lessons right there, Del.
Yeah, we give life lessons and pool lessons.
Look
on this
at
stream.
that.
Perfect shot.
Again, you see the distance he's leaving himself, and he's really not even concerned about it at all. You got it. Yeah, I love seeing that. And again, we're down the barrel on this, and just a nice chance to see his pre-shot routine.
I mean, we are witnessing the next generation of professionals. This is fantastic.
I mean, I've been very impressed with all of these junior players that have showed out to this event. Oh, no. Well,
With that,
Commentator's
Jake's fault.
you're
Why'd
not. Hey,
you
no,
do
that's
that to
Josh's
him, Jake?
fault
Why
for
did
sure.
you do that? You made him
Jake,
miss
why
that ball.
did you do that, Jake?
Already on day 2, you're 1-0, Josh, with the commentary.
Hey, I'm
curse.
undefeated. I'm undefeated.
He looked like he was in laser stroke there, and we didn't expect him to miss. But that just shows you're never going to play perfect pool. You can't make every ball, and even Shane and Jason and everyone else knows that. But look at him, laser focused. All right, Landon there taking the practice strokes. See, he's a bit more fluid, a bit more energy, and
he's a really fun player to watch.
Really
like
fun
he's
player.
got a lot of personality when he
Oh,
plays, and I love it. Like,
sponsored by Predator Qs as well. So they've
Yeah,
seen,
I
they've
really
seen
like this
these.
kid.
That was not easy, and he made it look so good. Needs a bounce off the rail. Needs an extra bounce. Ooh, I don't think he's got it. So this is a bank shot, people.
I mean, the bank leads to the position, so you just got to make it.
Make it sound so easy, but yeah, just got to make it.
It is really easy from right here.
I actually don't mind this bank. You know, like a lot of people think that maybe it's tough for the side, but this is actually a little bit easier.
Yeah, Dell, it's an easy bank.
This is the one because it's slightly off center. It's
Exactly.
Not. You can actually use the table to your advantage on this one.
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to.
Yeah. So
You know, but the decision really here for Landon is whether he's going to most certainly play for position or try to somehow maybe leave the cue ball tough in case he misses.
I like what he did there. I like he played with pace because you know what? A lot of good things can go right for him.
Yeah, look what
And
happens.
he overplayed it on purpose.
Yeah.
Knowing that if he makes it, you know what? I've got an open shot on the 7. If not, there's a good chance I'm getting safe. And again, there's a couple of good shots here. I actually think he's going to go for the bank. He just looked at the line, and I think he's about to go for the hoorah. Let's just look a little bit down the barrel, see what he's looking at. So we can see it here. We'll see this ball get absolutely rifled, unless he's just maybe playing safe. Rifled it. Oh, we were right down the barrel there, guys, and look where it's rolled. Oh, no.
Oh, he doesn't want that to
Crash.
happen.
Oh. Now's your time. Keeping it close, guys.
Well, we've already seen one Hill thriller. Maybe we will have the opportunity to see another one, but they're certainly going to keep it close here early.
I like the trading blows, you know. And it was a very aggressive shot at the bank, and I think the only reason he played it was because the safety wasn't easy. You know, you could have played quite a negative safety and left another bank on. So why not go for the bank? You know, I'm 2-1 up. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind the aggressive play there. And actually, it was oddly enough that all I kept thinking is if the cue ball was further up the rail, I would have preferred the 4-railer there versus the
Yeah.
1.
Oh, you played the 4 rail there, Jake. Oh, man, we talked about this.
Right.
Definitely an Efren fan.
You know, the thing is
Left and right players, and they're both breaking from the same spot. And he's breaking with the open bridge too, but a little bit more power. And that's the second time that one ball is just hooked up in the corner pocket there. Let's take a look at the overhead. Is there any problems? No. 3 to the 4 maybe. Needs to finish on a good angle there, just so he's not over-travelling the cue ball. Nice little shout from Pigeon Pool Promotions, based in London in the UK. Good to see we've got international viewing today. I'm glad you're tuning in, Pigeon, because these guys will be travelling in Europe in no time. Once we get on the other side of this pandemic. If you're building a book, include these guys. See him where he's pointing his cue. Wants to get a good angle on the 3 so that he doesn't have to do much work to get into the line of shape for that 4 ball. Oh, and I think he's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Well, just a touch too much angle. You can kind of see the tangent line where it is. He might be able to float in and actually bump the 5 now.
Yeah, I think you play off the 5 here. I agree with that.
But that's risky, you know, because if he hits the wrong side of it and slides to the other side of the 5, he hasn't got a shot. So instead, he may just use the rail
He's
and come
loading up
back
with
out.
a little bit of inside. Look at that. He's going to spin too close.
Oh my God, what a great shot that was.
It's a good bump. It's a good bump.
Used
I was
the heavy.
nervous he was going to get on top of the 4 with the spin, but it was a good nudge. It was a great nudge.
Now this is a real feel shot. Just has to. Ooh, it needs to go slow
Long
down.
ball.
Needs to slow down. Okay, he got it.
Yeah, his reaction shows us he's good.
All right. Let's see.
He's so tall, we got to raise this ankle up just a little bit for him. That's a Dell problem right there.
That's a me problem. Yeah, you got it.
The viewers who don't know, if you've never seen Dell, he's like 17 feet tall. It's fantastic. I sold all my ladders.
The high lander.
I get it now. It all makes sense. Start
Alrighty.
calling you high in the Skylander.
That's got a different connotation.
All right, maybe
All
we
right,
won't
slow
use that
down,
one.
slow down, slow down, slow down. Wow.
Is he hooked on the point?
No, he's not. He's got the shot. The angle's there for the pot, but he'll be disappointed.
Yeah, look at him. He's shaking his head. That's what I love this view for right here is you get the body language.
Yeah, you do, and you see Joey in his chair just crossed his leg over, and he's like, "Yep, I'm just gonna wait."
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to let you get it out of this one.
So on Q Score, you'll see the bracket. It's qscore.com/BSN. It was a short field. It was 32 on each, so just a 64-player field for this one. Split into those 2 brackets, 14 and under and 15 to 18. We're in the final 12 for day 2, and this is an A-side match. One of these guys is going to be shooting to, I think the next match is going to be the hot seat. Is that correct?
I think you're right.
Look at the control on the break again. 1 ball exactly where we wanted it. Good control on the cue ball. 2 slightly leaked out, but I think he can come underneath it or play the combo on the 8. Again, I think these guys both understand the importance of this break shot.
Agreed.
Yeah, let's just see what he's looking at. It is a fine cut, which is why I think, there's no damage there in playing for the combo on the 8. Because the 9 ball plays big here. If he just comes down, he brings the 9 ball into play. If he uses inside, just holds the left-hand side of the table. Yeah, you see the 9 ball played real big. And he got a favourable nudge on it. This isn't the worst in the world. Still has the combo.
Do you try to send the cue ball in between the 5 and the 7 and it drifts towards the corner pocket? So are you playing for that pace to...
You are playing for that pace. The problem with this is that, it needs a very true shot. No English, just a high ball. But he's proved me wrong before because his potting ability we've seen, both him and Landon, they're
so
not afraid to go
strong.
for not afraid to go for the long pot here. Instead of playing the combo and trying to control the 2.
Well, because, where the 3 is, you don't have to.
You were right, pushed it and then over-pushed the ball there, and I don't think he's left himself a shot.
Yeah, the key there was for the cue ball to be below the 2, and instead it's above the 2.
He's got a shot to, almost a shot to nothing. I prefer the safety, obviously, and I think these guys are knowledgeable enough where he's just going to play this one on and off the rail and try and drift underneath the 7 and take the cue ball long. The bank is here. The bank is on because the 3's sitting right there over the pocket.
Yeah.
So it all depends on. So there is a dress code for day 2. They do have to wear a collared shirt and dress pants, but we haven't been sneakers. People can wear comfortable footwear. You'll see most players today, they do have collared shirts. That was a nice safety play. Just tried to push it long. Has left the bank. If we just take it over to the overhead, we'll just see what type of angle he's left. Yeah, this is a straight bank. Can play this with a lot of power. But it looks like he wants to play safe too. He's going to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to drift this one behind and do what you should have did. Wow. Now he's left the the 2-9 combo. A lot of distance between the balls, but very makeable. He was trying to lock him up, freeze him right onto that 5. I'm not a fan of swinging at the 9 when there's other balls on the table to have a go at, but I do think while it's sitting that way, you've got to have a go at it. He did have a go at it and sold out just a touch. Only good thing he's got going for him is that cue ball was rested very close to the end rail, making this shot just a little bit more difficult. 3 ball is hanging, so he can attack this with either the cue ball, or that just means he doesn't have to hit it as fine as if he uses the 2 ball for the combo versus the carom. Just looking behind it, that's interesting. I think he's just seeing the angle that he wants. Maybe he's looking at the bank.
Yeah, I mean, it really looked like he was...
I mean, let's take a look and we'll see.
You two-way it where you bank the 2 up and you leave the cue behind the 9, but it's below the 9, so if you make the 2, you still have eyes on the 3.
I like that play as well, Josh.
You're just on the rail across the table.
I just think he's probably going for a big percentage play. And he is going for the bank, you know. He's looking, we're right down the barrel of this. I like what you suggested. I like, you know, oh wow, what a shot. Oh my goodness gracious me. That was the hardest shot that he had.
He's tree-topping on this 7, but I don't think he has to go all the way over the top. I think he can bring it from the side just a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to go back to our overhead and just have a look at this great shot. Fantastic. Bam. Wow. Like it had eyes. He's jacked right up over this ball, and I wouldn't be surprised if he went rail first on this, just to make sure that he's getting that elevation, and he did go rail first and played it. Oh man, that's a second great shot. Really deserves to get out of this rack now. Played 2 fantastic positional shots there. It was very unfortunate to get higher, you know, to get atop the 7 ball there. But now he's back in key shape. Gonna have to let the cue ball go a little. And I don't like where he's pointed to there. I don't like going anywhere near the middle. I think you should just draw this with low outside. Just let the cue ball drift down. Yeah, perfect. Ooh. He's making hard work of it, Josh.
And that could be a little bit of the new table conditions. And
you don't want to short stroke anything. You want to be able to use your stroke. You know, on these short bar box tables, you can let your stroke out, but it's dangerous. As we've seen before, the scratches are appearing everywhere. And I like what he did there. He went to the rail and back, so he didn't have to baby that ball.
Yeah.
You know?
It lends right to what you're saying. You know, whenever you're thinking about letting off the gas on the stroke, you just kind of open up the door for things to go wrong sometimes.
And I tell you what, you could tell he really wants this. You know, he's opened up a 2-game window. And I think, you know, you can take a timeout, but it's very unsportsmanlike. I've seen players just walk off when it wasn't their turn and went for a timeout. So I think it's very, you know, that shows good conduct and good discipline to ask that question.
I agree.
But it also shows respect to your opponent because, you know, you should never really take a timeout unless it's your turn at the table. You don't want to interrupt someone else's flow. So that is 4-2 to Landon right now. I'm just going to update that score. They both have one break and run each. See a bit more power into the break there from Landon. Very nicely played there. Good control.
Looks like he's got a great angle to still be on the inside of this 8 to get eyes on the 3 here.
A little bit steeper now. Look now we look at it from that lower camera. I think there's a little bit more angle than I think he wanted.
Do you have to try to roll up past the 8 here to secure this, or?
You can punch on and off the rail. It's all preference. You know, he's done what you've said, and he shortened it. See it shortened. He tried to try and hold that too much, and that's why I like punching it on and off the rail and just guaranteeing yourself a shot on the 3.
All right, guys, we're going to draw the 50-50.
I think he's left it.
Yes. Draw the ticket. Winner's going to get $230. Everybody, here we go.
You know what, Jake? Jake and Josh, double J's. Josh, I don't know if he's got all the ball here. You know that?
No, I don't think he does. I think the way that it ended up, I think the 3 ball is makeable.
I think he's hooked, and where the 9 is, he's making one rail kick very difficult.
I mean, I think you're 100% right.
I think he has to look at a different angle here. I don't like it at all. The 9's. Making this very, very tough.
I wonder if you, because of how locked up he is to the side of the 8, I wonder if you take the 3 ball out of play here and try to tie it up somehow.
I like that play. But here's the thing, putting that 3 safe is not easy to do when it's that far out in the distance. It's not like it's close to another ball.
Yeah, it's not. You're really hoping, you're asking for a lot here. I mean, if you could try to.
The only shot he's got is to go up and down twice, be it behind the 9. So he's going to go up the table, down the table, and back down towards the 2. And genuinely, I don't see another path for the ball. I just don't. The problem is you have to judge the speed off this second rail, and it's, you know, the scratch is huge. Just got to hit this absolutely perfectly. Ideally, he wants to hit the 3rd rail and go into the 2 rather than going straight down onto the 2.
Let's see how it goes.
See how it checked up off that second rail? So difficult, but it was the only thing he had. No other way that I could have seen him attacking that 2 ball. So great.
So for any of the newer players that are out there, what Dell is saying is, because he had to hit it with some force and go up and down the table 2 times, the first rail he hits is going to transfer some English onto the cue ball.
Correct.
And when that English hits the second rail, the English is going the opposite direction now. Sorry, the music cut off and it got like really quiet in here.
Yeah, we're in a pressure cauldron right now. We're really focused on every shot. Played that nicely with low outside, just to make sure that he spammed back into the line of shape. This is a big match. This is a big game. 5-2 is a huge advantage, and I don't see any problems. Just need to draw back to the side rail. May choose to go no rail. Yeah, chose no rail. Doesn't want to do it.
8.
Oh no! He has. He's blocked himself, people. See, that's what happens when you use no rail. If he'd used the end rail and come to the side that way, there was no way that could happen.
Now this is a.
But you're going to measure it, so he's going to measure it, mirror it. Measure twice. I would measure twice. Get it right once. Picks his point. This is an easy. It's one of the easier kicks.
The way he's lined up looks good.
Ooh. See what I mean about that swing in play, the 5-2? 5-2 was huge. And I know that was playing on his mind. Just thought, you know what, give me one good one and I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
As it stands now, this is very bankable, very makeable bank. it looks like he's playing
He's
safe.
just going to drag it around.
Is he going to play safe?
No, he's going to cut it and whip around the table.
Oh,
No?
what a shot. Yeah, sometimes I like playing that one with a high ball. He chose to go low and underneath it.
Yeah.
So he made sure that he straightened up the angle. Again, that's personal preference. Because he wanted to be below this 8. There we go.
8 rubbed the rail just a little bit on the way in. Has no problem finding the back of the pocket, though.
Tell you what, that could be a big swing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Joey takes a timeout after winning this rack.
Especially after the question that was proposed right before.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if what he does. It's very marginal that you can manipulate anything on a template. 4 balls wide. Watch this 1 ball travel up to the top left. Very, very controlled break the whole tournament, and he's done it again.
There's that 1 ball up by the corner.
Yep. Oh man, perfect.
Got a beautiful nudge on the cue ball to get perfect shape.
Makes a 6 and the 4. 2 balls that he's been making consistently. Is that wired wing ball, and the ball's going around the rail there. And he has the most break and runs for the tournament, and I think you can see why.
I mean, this 5 ball is the only ball that's not automatic almost. Like the 3 to the 5 is the only thing you have to do here.
Yeah, this is like you say, the key shot to get good shape on the 3. I mean, we're making it sound like a hanger. This is not a hanger, folks. It's a dead straight in. It's going to test every part of your cue action. And he's finished great on the opposite side, and now he's just going to float this over. We have seen scratches before. I'm not calling the scratch, but just make sure on this one that you either choose to go above or below the side pocket. Choose early. He chose early to go high. Sometimes people try and get in between that pocket and the rail, and that's where you get the scratch.
I like going high with it, yeah, because even if you come up a little short, you catch the point. That point normally will kick the ball out, and then you still have shape where the 5 is.
Yeah, it's not difficult from here on out. And like I say, he just wants to bump this on and off the rail. 7's right there. Yeah, bumps it on and off the rail just to make sure he's not queuing off of that one. It has options, you know. He can stop it dead just for the, like he's saying there, stop it dead and just take the 8 opposite corner. Or he can even float around. It all depends on preference. Wow. Oh my God, he went for the Hollywood. Oh my God. I mean, when you talk about decision making, right? He could have stopped it dead. He could have gone forward and taken it around 2 rails for the 8 in the same pocket. And then to see him draw that far out, I don't know why. Just a lot can go wrong.
Do you think there was zero intention of it being a long draw? It's just a little bit of the pressure building?
You know what he tried to do, and I'll tell you an anecdote that I learned a while ago. What he was trying to do was cheat the inside of the pocket and draw it to that side where he stood now. He tried to draw it to that rail and back out for the 8. And instead, he caught it bad, and it came straight back, ripped back. And again, we're going to show the replay here. Yeah, he's done very nicely to play himself back into the match there, but he knows he's fortunate. And look, I'm just going to take a look at this instant replay. Look at this. He was trying to cheat the pocket to try and draw this to the left-hand side of the 8 ball. But what he did, he actually catches it way too thick. And look, wow.
Got so fortunate.
And he could have gone forward. He could have gone forward and taken that out of the equation altogether. And one of the anecdotes I got taught was, follows for pro, draw for show.
I've heard that statement a couple of times.
It's probably from me.
I mean, I like it. And there's times where it's popped in my head before, like if you have the option.
If you have the option, exactly. If you have no option, then fine, draw. But when you've got the option there to use the rails,
yeah,
and maybe to use the weight of the cue ball and just take it round, what he tried there was one for the cameras. We call that the... back in the UK, we call it the Sky Sports shot. Obviously, Sky Sports, you see them, they host the Moscone Cup and other things. So a lot of matchroom events get aired there. You see him, he's hitting it slightly harder. If I was him, I'd be mirroring exactly what Joey's doing. Because he's breaking from the same spot. They're both open bridge breaking. And he's seeing the results that Joey's getting off his break. Yet he's still putting that extra...
off. Yeah,
he's putting that extra into it. Yeah, Pigeon, you're right. And that's the first shot he looked at. He looked at that. He said, you know what, I can just stun this in. Why even need to move the cue ball as much as he did? Another error there by Landon.
The way he wanted.
A little fortunate.
I'm cutting this in the other corner, right past the 9 ball.
There's a reason you're in the booth.
Yeah. For now. I'm writing down all your tips you're giving out.
Yep.
I got DynaSphere Dell's Road to Pro.
Road to Pro. I'm one of the better amateurs. I call a pro game. Oh man, it's just going to leak out on him. That was very unfortunate.
It is. There was actually a pretty big window to land in there where the 2 and the 3 would be the blockers. Just overrolled just a little bit.
In the bank, really getting down, and he's really just hammering through. Ooh, unlucky. But he's leaked out again, and we can see there on the other camera. Doesn't have a shot.
See, I'm cutting it in the corner again.
You combo in the 9.
No, I'm going to go right by the 9. I'm going to wave at it.
I'm going to wave at it.
I don't know if it actually goes. I'm just having fun with that shot.
You know what does go if we look at the other camera again? I do think he has enough of it just to bank it, perhaps. Wondering if he can bank it, but might be a bit fine.
Yeah, you would have to rub the rail. It depends on how. I mean, the new cloth has been letting it go if the speed's right.
The other option he does have is the up and down and bring the cue ball behind the 9. So, take the 1 ball up and down and then just bring the end-to-end shot. Just has to avoid the 6 on the way back. He took that part out of it altogether.
Look at this.
Oh,
Look at this.
Oh, wow. He's been very fortunate there because this is a scratch. If he attacks the 1 ball, it's a scratch. So he's been very fortunate to leave it there.
Yeah, you can see Landon shaking his head ever so slightly right there.
Now, the safety's not actually that easy. This is tough. Again, there's been some roll back and forwards, but let's see what he's looking at here. Yeah.
What are you going with here?
The thing, and I think you've got the right thing here. I mean, you're just seeing just how difficult this shot's going to be. I actually like just clipping it off the rail and bringing the cue ball round back behind the 9. Because doing that, I know that he hasn't sold out.
He does have the traffic up there.
Yeah, it's like, but I think now he might be able to make the 5 ball.
It's hard to see. It kind of looks like it's going towards that point, but
also looks like the 1 might go behind. It might go behind the 5 right now.
Oh, man.
If he's opened up that channel, that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, because look, the 2's right there.
What he'd love to do is actually just bump the 5 on the way through,
Just knock it out, fix that problem.
Fix that problem, but that's very, very tough. We'll see. Did leave the channel, and wow.
Wow.
Oh, man. He still has a reprieve, because like I say, that 5 is going to be difficult to break out, and he needs to make his mind up about how he's going to do it, because he's only got 2 opportunities left to have a go at it.
It's so tough because if he was just a couple inches on, if you go to the other, if you were just a couple inches to the right, it'd be so easy to just draw this ball back a little bit and have a decent angle on the 3, but without playing with the rail, you're drawing back in the open territory like you're talking about. It's a tough position.
It is a tough positional shot, yeah, and you're right.
If the 5-8 was a little closer to the pocket, you could probably play a Karen right off of it without risking a lot of danger. Oh man,
he went for it, you know that? The slide got him, but he was trying to bump that 5 out, because he knows you never really want to leave the bump out until your very last ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 off the 5 I don't think was on, because it's a little far away from the pocket.
Yeah, it needed to be like a whole ball.
Needed to be a ball over, yeah. A ball over, and I think he takes that shot. He's tried to go off the side rail and bump into the back of the 8. But now he's actually left himself quite a nice angle. He's got another chance at it. Doesn't need to play it with so much pace this time, though. You know, let the ball grip. What it did there, it slid away from him because he had too much power into it, you know?
Yeah. Just overpowered the shot a little bit.
Yeah, so let him go 1 rail, maybe 2 rails. Just let the weight of the ball just take this one off. Wow. Oh, missed it again. Oh. Missed it again. We were just trying to zoom into that shot for you there. I think now it's going to be a safety, and Landon knows that. He's reared up in his chair. He's chalking his cue.
Now this looks like a very similar 9-ball combo that we have in a previous highlight reel, where you come in with English and it off the back rail from behind the 5, and it cuts into the 8 a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't want to skim the 8, because if he skims the 8, the 5's going to come back to a playable position, and he's controlled that very nicely.
He almost got behind the 9 right there. That would have been gnarly. This is still
I
not
like on
worst
this one
case.
though, so that the speed control that he's looking at, the speed control was good there, because if he leaves that another ball off the rail, I guarantee you Landon is taking the bank on. Now the bank's just that little bit more difficult. The bank is still on, and it's a straight back. You know, it's a straight back into the pocket closest to the cue ball.
It's just a cue action to make it right is because you're on the rail, man. It's tough. So tough. We'll see how he does it.
We'll stay down the barrel with you guys. Just see if he's on that one. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see him looking right down this shot right now. Spread this one out, see it come right back for this. Oh no, so unfortunate.
Worst case scenario right there.
So unfortunate there. Because he attacked it, but you see how good his cue ball was? That made that shot so much harder. If he has a full ball to go at.
Yeah.
You know, if he's got all of the cue ball to aim at.
Well, not to mention the forced follow because you're on the rail.
Yep.
Forced the cue ball to come in and double kiss, and that's how we got the scratchy double kiss.
So unlucky, you know. But what is it? What is it you say, Josh? That is Paul.
That is Paul. That is Paul. Hey, it's not what I say. It's what the Hall of Famer said.
She has left the building now, so we just said a little goodbye off stream. She's back on her way. Is it North Carolina, she said? South Carolina?
Yeah, it was one of those two. I'm pretty sure it was North.
Laurie John Hansen. Been fantastic to have her with us this weekend, supporting the juniors. He's played that shot a couple of times, and he really plays that one perfectly, doesn't he? When he's got a full table to draw into.
Yeah.
Plays it very nice. Doesn't pull the trigger until he's absolutely ready, does he? You notice that?
Yeah.
Stays down on the pause. Does it straight from there.
It is a very pronounced.
Look at that. Another great shot. But unfortunately, the fives come to make some problems for him. I do believe it's absolutely wired.
Yeah, no problem here.
Yeah, he can just brush the right-hand side of, I think, maybe just straighten up a little bit and bring the cue ball up and down. I don't know if he's nailed on. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. You follow this up just off the end rail.
Just follow it end rail and back out.
Yeah, shoot the one in the same corner.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it was just so dead that you knew the one wasn't going to have to move.
Wow. Again, that's just the rolls going his way. Scores 4-4 or 5-4.
Yeah.
Switch up.
Got Joey up one rack right now, guys.
Joey up one rack. That's correct.
Looking to keep it going.
And now he's on another run out. He's already got 2 for this set. Just seen just what a big part of his game is actually in the break. Thank you for correcting me there. South Carolina, correct. I have a lot of knowledge. Just drawing that one out. Might just be a little bit too straight, you know. So you may see him draw this back for the side pocket. Or there is a float shot, but you're going to have to use a lot of left-hand spin just to spin this off the rail. Cheat the pocket slightly. That's what he's done. Very nice.
Look at Laurie John. Many cheeky shots. Many cheeky shots, yes.
She has more of a northern accent when she gives it. She's like, is that a cheeky shot?
Oh, I loved it. It was great.
Cheeky tickle, put it around the rails. It's going to have to bump the 9 here. I don't want to see it go wrong, but it could go wrong. Played it very nicely. Again, it has a choice. Choices again. He's a little bit off straight, so you may see him go forward, just to hold the 9 in the side pocket. That's why he's just taking an extra second, because you should always decide what you want to do first, and he's queuing up low, so deciding on the draw. Yeah, you see where he was slightly off center. That's why he didn't draw it all the way back for the side pocket, taking the slightly more difficult pot on the 9.
Nicely done.
Another break and run. That's 3 for him, and I think he's into double figures for the tournament, you know.
He is
Yep. Loves a bit of frustration, you know. There might be some frustration in that one. He's not terrible, you know. Not terrible here. Does go in the side. Does go long as well. I think I prefer it in the side. And you just see the tangent line of where he's looking for the cue ball to come back.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually gonna be a beautiful shot here.
It will be.
It's gonna come in 2, possibly 3 rails. Tap that bottom short rail and be perfect on the 2. This has.
Yeah.
Or is he gonna cut it in the corner and just draw, you know, in between the 9 and the 6 here and just come down the same way? He might have changed his mind here.
I don't think he can draw in between the 9 and the 6.
That's what he's doing, though. He said, "Watch me, Dell. Watch me."
Yeah, the set. You see, the 6 was huge.
Yeah, it was too sharp of an angle for the cue ball to be able to have time to catch and move. It's too thin of a cut to expect that kind of action.
I liked his first shot better. I like the first option better, but
I'm not gonna lie, I did too. I just saw him loading up with low, so I was just letting you know.
he's banking at this, man. Can you believe? No, he's not banking at it. See, putting inside on it, so you see him queuing up on the inside.
Yeah.
He might just be playing safe.
Good.
Beautiful shot.
This is a good recovery. You get out of line. Play it safe.
I like this. I like these. I like that he took the safety option there. That's smart thinking. I thought he was going to load up and try and reverse bank that.
It looked like he was about to fire away at that, I'm not going to lie.
But, you know, good composure. Just had to show, you know, I'm still in this match. I'm at the table. Anytime you're at the table, you've got a chance. Now you put the pressure back on Joey. I like this rail. 2 rails and back around. You know, if he goes short, always aim on the arrow short for this one because you've got the 3rd rail you can contact too. Ooh, went just a little too short. So we're going to be joined by Skylar Hess, one of the juniors that competed in this event. She's going to join us for the conclusion of this match. Landon at the table. Welcome in, Skylar, the Ice Princess. How are you doing?
Good.
You've been watching this, been sweating this from the side?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you like in this match?
I don't know. It goes back and forth.
It goes back and forth, right?
Yeah. You never know what can happen because I know how it feels.
You know how it feels. You've been on this TV table. Tell us a little bit about it. How did it feel? How did it play?
It played better than all the other ones. That's for sure. It played smoother.
I think a little smoother.
Yeah.
How are you getting on with these DynaSphere balls?
I like them a lot better than the other balls because, like I said, they like play smoother, and the cue ball isn't like. I don't know. It just.
You like the blue? You like the colours and the rotors?
Yeah.
Feel, yeah, they're slightly heavier, aren't they? They're just kind of like, they're very good for a positional player like yourself.
Yeah.
Easy to get into shape, right?
Yeah.
How did your tournament go? Tell the viewers.
Good.
How
The
many wins?
first.
You were making 4 balls every time.
Well, I think Joey watched how she was breaking yesterday, and
So I mean, she needs to sell some secrets. 2 balls going to get in the way. Ooh. And this is exactly what Landon wanted. He needed a ball just to get in front of that 1 ball.
I think because of my breaks, they held me up because, like, I got like 4 break-and runs yesterday
Yeah.
nice.
because of my break. But I
Yeah.
think it was because the rack, like the rack was tight. Because then I racked with the plastic rack and I could not make a ball.
Yeah. See, that template rack does it. It definitely helps you wire that wing ball, guarantee a break. But you were making 2 and 3 other balls. Couldn't believe it. We are on the 7-foot table. It is a standard. As you can see, it's the blue badge, so it's the Pro-Am table. So these are 4.5-inch pockets, standard size. But they are playing slightly bigger, I would say, just because it is the newer cloth. And if you're playing at pocket speed, you'll notice they do slide in just a touch.
I would play safe here if I was him. I would roll the cue ball up behind the 2 ball and move the 1 ball.
Like that, just a little stop safety. Keep you in control. I like that play.
Like that.
how'd he hit it?
Yeah, he went the other way, and I tell you what, that shot might have just won him the match. What a fantastic play. And you called it, Sky.
A lot of these juniors I know and I watch how they play, so
You travel around quite a bit, right? So you know these guys.
I got a lot of these guys to come up here, actually.
An influencer, a bit of a social influencer now. I've seen you can follow her on Instagram and Facebook. Little highlight reel of her own. Do you like kicking at this 1 rail, or?
Yeah, I probably would kick it 1 rail. Or, yeah, it's not much to do here, honestly. Although you could come up from the bottom rail, or the cue ball is closest to, and go 2 rails around and hit the 1 ball.
I like that too. But I think the reach is a problem there. Maybe I could reach that one. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You'd need the rest for that, right?
Or I'm short compared to you.
Look at this.
Oh.
And lots of things went right for Landon there. What a fantastic shot.
And something I really want to call out there, specifically because Lori John talked about it yesterday in
Hit it
his
hard.
match.
Hit it hard.
Yeah, she said, this is the way I teach it. If you're kicking at a ball, you
I
got to
hit
give
hard.
yourself the opportunity for something to happen. And sure enough,
Landon's a student of Laurie's, so
exactly,
I
like
think
it's
it's paying off.
what she said happened right there. It's so
great.
awesome.
Great shot. and
I
you're
like to hit it hard too, because you never know what can happen. If you hit it hard, you might miss it the first time, but maybe come back around and hit it the second time.
You're
You never
exactly right.
know.
He's hitting a gear. I've seen Skylar get in gear before, and I know that you like to have the run of the table, good feel.
I love running the table. It just makes me, I don't know, it just makes me feel confident. I don't
Yeah.
know why.
I like that. I like what you're saying there.
But
like
I
your-
always got to take my time and slow down too.
That's why we talk about that pre-shot routine, just making sure you don't get too far ahead of yourself. It does allow you just to readdress the table each time.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it was a fantastic safety, but we're going to take another look. Let him slot the 9-ball, and we're just going to show you this replay brought to you by Brews and Q's on the Boulevard. Look at him lining this one up. So you see him lining it up, takes a couple of practice strokes, and bam, delivers. Didn't get the 1-ball, but
He almost made the one in the corner, then he almost made the one on the side, and then the third attempt, because of how firm it was struck, was the combo into the corner there. So it really is a testament to exactly what Lori John's point was yesterday.
Joshua Hill again.
I tell you what, man.
Again. We've had 4 break and runs. How nice would it be for Landon to finish on a break and run here? We've already had 4, ready to go again.
Go out with a bang. See him inspecting the rack.
And remember, we said we had some inside information that they've been hill before in another junior tournament.
I always inspect the rack no matter what, because if there's a gap, so on my break, depending on if the rack's loose or not, is how I break and where I put the cue ball. Because if I find the right spot and hit medium speed, the wing ball will always go. But I try to squat the cue ball a lot of times.
Yeah, squat the rock, exactly right. And he's been putting a lot of power into it, and I don't think he's got the spread that he really wanted there.
It looked like he followed more into the rack than anything.
So tell me this, do you play safe?
Well,
Do you go aggressive and take this down the rail?
Well, with players like these, it's kind of tough because most of these players can jump, and Joey Tate obviously can jump, so you got to watch out. If you want to play safe, you better get locked up on the safe.
You know what I like?
Or make it long distance.
You know what I like here? And again, we'll go to the overhead, so we'll just look at the overhead camera. I like sliding behind, just grazing off the left-hand side, the right-hand side as we look of the 1-ball.
Mm-hmm.
Just let it come off the rail slightly and bring the cue ball down to where he is now. You've got a big window there, a big wall of balls, but there's enough room for the cue ball to slide by and just play a nice lock safety there. May choose to be aggressive, but I like the safety here.
I had a shot like this on the 6-ball when I was playing on the TV table. I bobbled it.
You wobbled it, that's right, yeah. You took it down the rail. It just didn't have enough pace, did it? If I remember rightly.
You think he might be thinking, let me cut this down the rail that way, because I have all these balls as blockers if I miss.
Yeah, but what if he makes it?
Then you hit it firm enough to have at least the 2, maybe? You just have to be on the inside of this 8. It plays more precise, but, I mean, he's definitely eyeballing running that down the rail just a second ago.
I love that he's taking his time. I love that he's seen that channel.
Now he's looking at your shot right now. Yeah, he's mapping out your shot now.
If we just go to camera 4, I just want to see where he's mapping it out. And you can kind of see he's a very energetic player around the table. Isn't afraid to have a walk around. I think this is definitely the play. Oh, man. I'm not saying he heard me because we're speaking quite quietly in the booth, but that's the play.
He's got headphones in, too.
He's got headphones. Oh, no, he hasn't. I've seen that before, I've called it out before, yeah. Someone listening to the stream on their headphones while they play.
That'd be wild.
That's like having a coach in your head, yeah.
That's insane.
I think there's enough of a delay, maybe, to...
Look at that. You've got a Hall of Famer calling you out on the stream. How impressed Laurie was with your game. Future champ.
Yeah, that feels good.
Doing a lot for the girls. Doing it for the girls.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Lord John.
Yeah, this is a great match, and I am absolutely on the edge of my seat. I've needed the restroom for about the last 3 racks, and I'm not going anywhere.
Nah, you can go tomorrow.
I go tomorrow, right? Ooh. And
I know how it feels when you really want to go to the bathroom.
yeah,
And you want to watch the match so badly because you never know what's going to happen.
he's going to play this with left-hand spin just to straighten it up off the second rail, and he needs a lot of power. See the spin and take? Oh my God, what a shot. Oh my God, what a shot.
You put him in jail.
We're going to take another look at that, guys. I'm going to bring it straight away because I tell you what, I thought that last safety was going to win in the match. This return safety might have just swung it the other way. You're seeing every facet of the game right now, and a little bit of roll there to kick, but
The 2-ball almost went in.
yeah,
That would have been bad.
wow, what a shot. Yeah, we're right overhead this one, and again, I expect him to put a lot of power in this. The one rail kick's not difficult.
Also got to watch out if you hit the 1 ball. I don't know if the cue ball would go on the side or not.
Yeah, if you hit on the left side of it, yeah.
Which that wouldn't be good either.
Just played it soft. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh. You are being treated to some fantastic safety play here, guys. You can't see it, but behind us, the crowd has formed. They're all sweating this one on the rail. He's left a cross bank. Just going to show you that one again. Measures it out very, very nicely. Every time he's done this, he's measured it nice.
Yeah, I mean, this right here was such a great execution because, you know, we just talked all that about kicking at balls and doing it firm, and this was an example where a different decision needed to be made because you could see after contact.
He tried to do that. He tried to freeze him up on that 5 ball.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It was
great shot selection.
And you could
Beautiful
tell
decision
he was when he moved his stick, he was trying to you knew he was trying to get it over there.
Do you attack this with the cross bank, or do you play safe?
I'd probably play safe.
So he's wired it. He's left it wired, and he's shaking his head off camera. You can just capture that one as he goes back to his chair. He's not happy. Slams his chalk down on the table.
It's very easy to tell when somebody's upset with body language.
How do you feel when you see that? Someone go and, does that give you a bit more confidence and you say, yeah, I'm going to beat you now?
Yeah, but I don't want to give myself too much confidence or I'm going to dog every ball.
Correct. Always got to give respect to your player.
It's kind of like, so I rewatched my match yesterday, and it's kind of like every time, Jace or me would make a good shot, we would rush to the next one and then just dog the next ball. It's
Correct.
like a lot of people do that. Like, they get so excited over a good shot and then just miss the next shot.
Yeah, it happens at every level, and you're absolutely right to take a pause, take a breath in between that
It's
three-shot routine.
tough.
You can see this is what Landon's doing right now. He's not just rushing straight into the next shot.
You got to make sure you make the ball or it could be over.
Correct.
It's not like it's 1-1. It's nice shot.
He's finished with enough angle, and I don't think it goes by the 6, so he's going to have to go by the 8. So you're going to have to come to the other side of the table here.
Go 2 rails or 3.
Possibly 2 rails. I like your shot. I like going forward with a high left, but there's also an opportunity just to punch it 1 rail.
Yeah.
And he's got a nice stroke. He's got a good punchy stroke.
Because you got to watch out for that scratch, too. If you don't put enough English or not, you can hit the side and then go all the way back and scratch.
Yep. Round of applause for another table that's just finished. I like going with the high left. I think he's made the right choice because you're coming into the line of shape.
Yep.
We've talked about a lot.
I don't know if he can or not, but if he misses this, or he could carom the 3 into the 6 ball. I don't know if it's lined up or not. But
So do you like holding? You mean holding the cue ball off the 6? So where he makes the 3?
Well, I'm saying if he misses the 3 ball, there's a possibility of the 6 going.
Oh, okay, yeah. So make sure he rolls the cue ball into the 6 just to hold.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. I think he played your shot. Very, very good control that you just saw there.
It's nerve-wracking when you get down to the next few balls because you're like, if I make this, I win.
Yeah, this is an A-side match. So the winner of this goes into, I believe, the final 3.
Mm-hmm. It's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, a little bit of tension. Just take a breath, and he's doing his air strokes off camera.
Yeah.
You see him just taking a little bit of tension out of the arm. Yeah. I love seeing the energy like that, you know.
Oh, yes.
He's absolutely full of it.
Like you can tell he's jacked, but he
Yeah,
is
he's
controlling it.
Landon's one of those kids that is like, he gets really excited and happy, but he knows how to control it too, so it's not like he rushes it.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very nice. Very, very nice shot there, what he's done.
And he's the same way off the table too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's just left himself a bit straight. I mean, if we just go to the overhead, I'm just going to just check the angle because, oh no, he's got enough. He can come down the left-hand side of the table and just hold for the 9 in the opposite pocket. Chose to come straight back, and he's on the 50. Was that more the 45-yard line? Doesn't sound right, does it? On the 45-yard line.
No, this is a shot where you get like really, really nervous. Like, oh my gosh, if I miss this, what if it's over? This shot I hate.
Look at Joey in the chair. He's fidgeting away. Okay, one more shot. Fantastic! What a great match.
Wow. What a match.
Yeah, we were given everything there. What do you think, George?
That was fantastic, man. You talk about 2 championship level players right now.